With that being said, if you don't have the hip mobility to hit depth, without the lumbar spine rounding over at the bottom, which for me is going to be, see this position here, this is going to wreak havoc on your low back over time. Okay? You want the spine neutral the whole time. It doesn't have to be arched, but you do not want any flexion under load. So if you're someone that actually starts to squat, and you're only able to get to here before this starts to tuck under, you need to squat to a high box for a while and work on your hip mobility through foam rolling, through the stuff that Dr. Tiller's going to talk about later today. Okay? Mobility is very important for reaching the proper position in the squat. Let's say we don't have that issue. Okay? Circumferential expansion here, brace, unlock the hips, knees out, chest up, hips here, keeping the knees pushed out the whole time, explode up fast, driving the elbows forward. Okay? Some of you may have the problem as you go down into the squat where you do have that lumbar curve tucking under. It's called butt lead is another term for it. If you have that issue with just the bar, but we throw 45s on there and it goes away, that's fine. Okay? Some people have to be under a little bit of load before everything will actually tighten up and hold that proper position. So if we're warming up, and I see it with just the bar, but we throw some weight on there, it goes away, no big deal. Very important on the squat. You see a lot of guys come down the hole, the knees come in like this. Okay? What's happening is your quads, most people are quad dominant. I've been training 14 years, I'm still quad dominant. Your quads are taking over, drawing the knees in to help up. Very important you keep those knees forced out. Okay? On a max lift, if we're up 95% of our max or something, it ain't going to be perfect. But when you're training, okay, and day in and day out, keeping the knees out, pushed out hard, okay? You can't have any knee valgus here, you're going to end up having some knee issues with time, okay? As you're coming up from the squat, you want to focus on being fast and explosive, okay? And that's with every lift. We're always moving the bar as fast as possible. That's recruiting as much muscle as possible on the warm-ups and as we work up. So when we hit these heavy loads, your central nervous system's ready and you're able to move some heavy weight. If you go through the motions with the light weight, when you get to the heavy weight, your body's not going to be turned on, so to speak, and you're ready to handle the loads. So you're going to be fast and explosive coming out of the hole. There's going to be individual variances on the squat, just like there is anything else. Everyone's biomechanics are different, limb length, everything else. Okay? So we're going to work with that today, and that's what we're, as the coaches, are going to be doing. We're going to be pointing out any issues. So if your knees are coming in, we're going to explain to you how to keep them out. Everybody learns differently. So if you use a switch and it's not clicking, I'm going to pull you off to the side and work with it until we get that fixed. Sorry if I jumped all over just a little bit, but anything I didn't cover, any questions?
Big things are going to be watching for the stuff Chase, happen to touch on and set up, and weight is always going to magnify a problem. So when we slip on the bar, it shows up with 135, it's going to be very evident at 185. So just keep that in mind as we get started with this.
All right, let's go ahead and everybody warms up his bar. Okay, go ahead and start warming up.